Good morning, year 7. Today we are going to start new chapter, chapter 15. This chapter about energy. Firstly, what is energy? Energy, it is the ability to exert a force and do work. Ability to exert a force and do work. We have two forms of energy or two kinds of energy. First form, stored energy, and second form, movement energy. Stored energy means potential energy or energy stored in the body of the object. Types of stored energy. We have types for stored energy or potential energy. Number 1, gravitational potential energy. What's meant by gravitational potential energy? Gravitational comes from gravity. Is energy an object possesses because of its position above the earth, the surface of the earth. Again, gravitational potential energy is energy an object possesses because of its position above the surface of the earth. So, any object above the earth has potential energy. Yes, look at the examples. Plates on a table. Plate on a table. These plates have potential energy. Books on a shelf. The books have potential energy. Child at the top of a slide. Apple growing on a branch of a tree. All these examples have potential energy. What happened to this potential energy? This potential energy will change to other forms like kinetic energy. Look at the girl. When it starts to push itself, so the potential energy inside her body changed to kinetic energy. Also the plates. The potential energy possessed in the plates released as kinetic energy. If you push the table, or if you push the plate itself, it will change to kinetic energy. So the potential energy will be released and changed into other forms. Second type of potential energy, one, gravitational potential energy, and second type is strain energy. What's meant by strain energy? Strain energy, energy stored in elastic body under loading. So strain energy, it has other name or other definition, elastic potential energy. Strain energy equal elastic potential energy. This energy stored in an elastic body under loading. Some materials can be easily squashed or compressed, and the opposite, stretched or bent, but spring back into shape once the force acting on them is removed. Look at the picture. This spring wires or elastic wires, if you compress it, I exert force, I exert energy. Yes, I exert force and do work on it to compress it. If you leave your hands, this force is removed and the wires or the spring stretched or returned to its original state again. Yes? Look at the bow and the wire. The boy or the man stretch the wire, and if the man leaves the wire, the strain energy change into kinetic energy. Yes? So again, some materials can be easily squashed, stretched or bent, but spring back into shape once the force acting on them is removed. The material itself, like this wire and the spring wire, these materials called elastic materials. Elastic materials. Why? Because it can be shaped, reshaped, it can be compressed, it can be stretched or bent. Other example also, gases store as strain energy in this bottle. Gases store strain energy in them when they are squashed. A few presses on the top of the bottle, you can release spray. Yes, so this is strain force. If you leave your finger, no gas is released. Yes, if you press again, the gas is released. Aerosol can store strain energy. When the nozzle is pressed down, some of the gas is released in the spray. Okay, aerosol can store the strain energy. When the nozzle is pressed down, some of the gas is released in the spray. Other type of energy, so we mentioned again, review together. Number 1, gravitational potential energy. Number 2, strain energy. Number 3, chemical energy. What's meant by chemical energy? Chemical energy is energy can be stored in the chemicals from which a material is made. The most famous one, water. Water is H2O, yes, 2 hydrogen atom linked with 1 oxygen atom or attached to 1 oxygen atom. Between hydrogen atom and the oxygen atom, this is link. This is link, store chemical energy. So chemical energy is energy can be stored in the chemicals from which a material is made. The chemical energy is stored in the links between the atoms. Food, fuel, and the chemicals in the electrical cell or battery. Look at this formula. How many links? A lot. This link store chemical energy. This link store chemical energy. This link store chemical energy, and so on. This chemical energy can be changed to other form of energy. This is a form of potential energy because it's stored between the atoms. Also, the fuel. Look at the sun, solar energy of the sun. The plant absorbs solar energy and store it in the body and use it to make the food through photosynthesis process. Also, the log or the piece of wood store chemical energy inside it. When you burn the piece of wood, it will change to heat energy or thermal energy. Also, the battery. The chemicals inside the battery. This battery when connected to an operator or device to the negative pole, positive with negative poles, so you can operate the device by battery. So the chemical reaction happened between the component of materials of the battery and the chemical energy changed to heat energy and then light energy if you operate a torch and so on. So chemical energy is energy stored in the chemicals of battery, in the chemicals of the food, in the chemicals of the wood, in the chemicals of the plant and so on. So again, the energy is released. The energy is released when the links between some of the atoms are broken. the energy is released when the links between some of the atoms are broken. Carbohydrates are a store of chemical energy in food. During respiration, carbohydrates, all of you know, are broken down in presence of oxygen and release energy and carbon dioxide and water. Energy that is released is used by your body to keep you alive. So, as I mentioned again, we have until now three types of potential energy or three kinds: gravitational potential energy, strain energy, and chemical energy. Thank you.